Welcome to this step-by-step tutorial on using ad hoc analysis in SmartView to create reports and analyze data in Oracle Enterprise Performance Reporting Cloud Service. In this tutorial, I'll connect to an Enterprise Performance Reporting model and perform ad hoc analysis. You'll see how to pivot dimensions, keep or remove members, select members, and zoom into members. Ad hoc mode is only available in Excel. You access ad hoc mode under Reporting Applications. I'll select ad hoc analysis for the sample model and minimize the SmartView panel to give myself more room. The Performance Reporting ribbon provides quick access to ad hoc analysis tasks. Initially, you see the model dimensions arranged in rows and columns. The top row represents the POV dimensions, which apply to the entire report. Select the POV button to display them in a POV toolbar instead of in the report. I'll leave the POV dimensions in the report grid for now. You can modify your initial ad hoc grid. Let's get started. I'll select a member and zoom in to view the next level of detail in a dimension. You can also zoom in to the next level by double-clicking on a member. You can also zoom back out to a summary level. The Zoom In button controls the level of detail. For example, if I select Fiscal Calendar and then zoom in to all levels, I'll see all the quarters and months. If I select Fiscal Calendar and then zoom in to the bottom level, I'll just see the months. I'll undo my last action. You can customize your ad hoc grid by keeping or removing selected members. Let's say that you only want to review income statement data for the first half of the year. I'll select the income statement member and then click Keep Only. Next, I'll select the time periods for the second half of the year and then click Remove Only. Using member selection, you can select specific members from dimensions. I'll select the members I want, remove the members I don't want, and then click OK. If you know the name of the member you want from the dimension, you can type it in the grid. For example, in this report, I want the actual scenario and USD currency. After selecting or typing members, refresh the grid to view your changes. Let's select members for the account dimension. I'll search for the gross profit account and its children, net revenue, and cost of sales. Now I'll refresh the data. Selecting members from a POV dimension works a little differently when the POV is displayed as a toolbar. Let's select a few entities. In the POV, I'll select the ellipsis from the dimension drop-down list. Next, I'll select members. You can use the up and down arrows to change the order of the members. Finally, I'll refresh to see my changes. To view data for another member, just select it from the POV and then click Refresh. You can pivot dimensions to the POV, columns, or rows. The available choices depend on which axis the dimension is located on before you pivot it. If you want to pivot a dimension from the POV toolbar to either the rows or columns, you can drag it to the new location. To pivot a dimension that is currently in the rows or the columns, you can select the dimension member and use the Performance Reporting ribbon to pivot. When you select Pivot, if the dimension was in the column, then your action moves it to the row. Similarly, if the dimension is in the row, then your action moves it to the column. You can also pivot or change the order of column or row dimensions by right-clicking and dragging the dimension. You cannot pivot the last dimension in a row or column. To finish the setup of this report, let's display data for multiple segments. I'll use a combination of Zoom In and Keep and Remove Only to select the Electronics and Services segments. In this tutorial, you connected to an Enterprise Performance Reporting model and performed ad hoc analysis. To learn more, visit cloud.oracle.com.